Ah,
Why are you
greetings and
laughing?
salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lowdown. I'm Loke7. He's Ham Solo. Ham, how you doing?
Other than changing name on the show right at the beginning because I forgot to, I'm just chilling.
Hey,
I'm
good
just
times.
chilling,
Yeah.
hanging out, playing a
What you
lot
been
of
playing?
video games, bud. A lot.
Which one sticks out the most?
I played some Diablo yesterday until I eventually got bored. And I think I'm just
Still.
like kind of realizing, I feel like I'm
Wow.
just slowly kind of realizing that I'm getting a little exhausted from that game, and I think I'm all right.
Oh, you were regrinding your character for season 1.
Yeah, I got a new character, yeah, and I'm just like, as I kind of go through, I think I'm like level 20,
The
and
lemon
I'm
is
just
not
like,
worth the squeeze the second time.
the second time it just doesn't. I mean, even though there's some new things to do, it's just kind of like, meh. But it's still fun.
And
I still have a good time going versus the boss. It's just
quick,
kind of sometimes getting to the boss, I'm just kind of like, I've done this a
quick
bunch of
side note on
times.
this one, Ham.
What's up?
Does that factor into your like grading of whether a game is like just good or just proper great? Because we all know most
No, man.
people
I
finished
still think
Mass
this game
Effect
is.
several times.
I think this thing is just as good as I thought it was at the beginning. I'm just tired of it, and there's a lot of new things going on right now.
So you can see yourself revisiting it from now.
Yeah, especially especially since I got a level 50 character, I got a level like 64, 65 character, and now I have a seasonal level 20 character. So it's just like I can come back whenever.
It's season 1. When season 2 comes out, you're gonna have to go and level up another character. Welcome in
Sure,
back from
if
the dead. Came in here first. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say if I even decide to do that, because what I really want to do is get my necromancer to level 100, and then I'm comfortable with closing the book on the game once I get just one character to 100.
So you're not worried about doing the other seasons.
No. I'm more like me and K Mega both kind of agreed here. We were just kind of like, level 100 for a character in that game.
Yes.
That feels like you just like tore it up. Like no one can tell you did. You're right, and it has nothing to do with who could tell you. It's just like me finding that I got my money's worth out of that. You know what I'm saying? And to me,
Mm.
level 100
Yeah.
is getting like I got all $90 that game. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Um, because but I got the battle pass too, and that's why I'm still kind of still playing with that other character. I'm just not enjoying the battle pass. I enjoy the game, but as for like season passes, battle passes, or whatever, I give it a D. As for a game, I give it like a B plus. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Welcome in back from the dead. Dragon out. Yo, B. Peace, love, life. Lady Foxfire says Ham sounds high and sleepy AF. I told you, Ham. I freaking told you that's how you sound. So there you go.
This
Says
is
she's
how
also
I
looking forward
always
to Stanley's
am.
show. Nah, cut the
I
cap,
don't know
cut the
what that
cap. Sir
means.
X,
Oh my goodness. Y'all
blah,
tripping.
blah, 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 blah. Welcome in, Sir X, man. All right. Quickly, let's get through the sports, and
Disrespectful.
then we can get into the games. First off, LeBron, Giannis, Draymond said they'll play in Saudi Arabia if they were paid enough. So what happened last week is a couple of teams in Saudi Arabia offered Kylian Mbappe essentially 700 million US dollars for one season of football, and he turned it down, obviously. But everyone is just like jaws on the floor. Giannis is tweeting like, "Yo, I kind of look like Mbappe. You could take me." Yeah. LeBron said he would run to Saudi Arabia if they offered him money. Draymond's like, "Yo, they have
So
basketball leagues. It's
okay.
fine. I'll go play in Saudi Arabia." Go ahead, Em.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God,
Mr. Seven Digit with
Mr.
the
Seven,
disrespect. I mean, what is today?
welcome in.
What is today?
Welcome in, Stanley Francois. You know what? I'm enjoying this. It's like
What is going
opposite day.
on?
Usually the chat is trying to come for my neck. Today, they're going for Ham. Mr. Seven Digits said, Ham ain't making no sense. He is incoherent. Somebody give that man some vitamin water. Amen, brother. Preach. Ham,
I've
I don't know
got
what's going on,
water.
bro.
I've got water. It ain't vitamin water, but I got
Either
water.
way.
I'm chilling. Damn.
Okay, so
But yeah, I mean, as for what we were
LeBron,
just talking
Giannis, Draymond.
about,
Yeah.
what's that?
LeBron,
As
Giannis,
for that
Draymond.
LeBron thing, no. Not only did I wanted to bring, did I find it interesting that you brought that up, but he also, did you see LeBron's whole PlayStation 5 thing yesterday?
Oh my God. I didn't want to talk about that.
He is
All right,
spinning
fine.
that shit. He is spinning that shit.
Oh, I swiped so fast, so fast.
Like that shit was that bruh.
That
He
console
got
looked
gifted.
ass.
He got gift.
No,
That
no,
console did not look great, but at the same time, it was like a plaque kind of thing. I don't think it's something that he's gonna go turn on. Pretty sure he probably has a different
does he
PS5.
know how to turn it on? Does he? I think LeBron has people that turn on his console for him. All right. It's probably has people that navigate the menu.
Wow.
Then he just plays in the actual game.
Pull up 2K and get that loaded up for me, dog. I want to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Rich Paul, could you turn on Call of Duty for me? Figure that shit
Yeah.
out, bro. That's complicated. Yeah, but anyway, Ham, on the Saudi Arabia thing.
Okay.
What are your
I
thoughts?
thought that was interesting. Why, like I didn't really get the whole joke, I guess. I
The joke,
guess I
well, it's
wasn't
not a
really
joke.
there.
It's not a joke. It's just the truth. Essentially, they're saying, yo, everything's up for sale and we're willing to go play basketball in Saudi Arabia. So my question to you is, would you be
Oh shit.
would you watch the Saudi Arabian league if
I
like
thought it
the
was a
top
joke.
30 players like Embiid. No, they were for real. Like what if the top 30 players, Luka, Giannis, everyone just jumped to Saudi Arabia suddenly? Would you try and figure out how to watch Saudi Arabian basketball.
I mean, a good basketball is good basketball if it gets televised, and I'll be able to see it. If it doesn't, then I won't be able to see it. That's how it goes. You know what I
So
mean?
if it
So
gets are you trying to watch it
yeah,
at
if that's
ungodly hours?
televised, then sure.
That's probably when
If
you go back to
well,
school.
see, I don't see here. I'm gonna reveal a lot right now. I like
That's the whole thing.
basketball, but I do not watch a whole lot of it live. I
Oh
just don't.
no.
Well, I'm mostly playing games and stuff like that. And then when I'm not like the only sport that I will go out of my way to watch is football.
It's football.
The real football.
We should never
Look,
be Arabian. Oh, stop it.
the one that you
Stop it.
throw and catch
I
and
have
you
saw
run for touchdowns. The real football.
the statistics say the real football is played by the majority on the planet. That's all I'll say about it.
Hey, I'm just saying the English are the ones that told us to call it soccer. So, we're just speaking English over here.
It wasn't.
We're just speaking English.
No. All right, you know what?
We're just speaking
keep it
English.
Let's
We
keep
didn't make up the term soccer. They did. Okay? And now it's in the dictionary. Look it up.
You always
Look
find
it
a
up.
way to bring up football when we're talking. We're talking about basketball right now.
Well,
You found a way to drag.
Well, I really enjoy
Football.
football, but I don't like soccer that much. You're right. I always do bring up football somehow,
Okay.
but I don't like to bring up soccer.
You know
But anyways,
is also basketball. I am begging you, Ham. You can't see, but I'm on my knees right. I'm begging you to stay on topic. All right. Steph Curry recently for his documentary did not pick LeBron in his top 5. He was asked in December last year. Also didn't pick LeBron in his all-time top 5, like starting 5. And then someone went to check. Someone took the time. Rob Parker, Chris Broussard, etc. So KG, Ray Allen, all these legends from more or less Kobe and LeBron's era are like, yeah, LeBron's not in the top 5. Some even put Kobe in the top 5 all time. Ham, first off, what's your top 5 all time? And second, is it fair to not put LeBron in the top 5, period?
Well, if it's your top 5, then you don't have to pick anybody you don't want to pick.
Fine.
I mean, a lot of people say a lot of crazy things. Look, that's all I gotta say. A lot of people say a lot of crazy things.
Okay, so
I say crazy things sometimes. But let's see. As for my top 5, top 5, I would pick obviously Jordan. I put LeBron in there.
No, let's start from like the point guard. Okay, who's your point guard? All time point guard. Who?
Okay, so top 5 or who's my starting 5? Because this is two totally different questions now.
All time starting 5. All time starting 5.
Oh, well, this is fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Sir X-Man, put in your top starting 5, Sir X-Man. Go ahead, Am.
Man, that's something I wish I was prepared for a little bit.
I'll give you a minute, and I'll give you
Sure.
my starting 5. My starting 5 point guard is obviously Irving Magic Johnson. Number 2, I love Kobe. He's my guy, but it's Jordan. Right? Shooting guard is always Jordan. Number 3, I hate the dude. I've never vibed with him, even when he was still a rookie. Even at his peak, I never liked him. But the small forward has to be LeBron James. We have to be fair. Larry Bird doesn't stand a chance against LeBron. My power forward, Tim Duncan. And then the 5 is Shaq. Shaq, for me, if he had the discipline of LeBron, if Shaq had the discipline of LeBron, he and Kobe, legit, legit. They could have won 7, 8 titles.
Okay, I'm good to go now. I'm good.
All
All
right.
right.
So who's your point guard?
So my point guard is Steph Curry because I need a perimeter shooter.
What?
I need a
Over
perimeter
the-
shooter.
over-
Out of this list, I need a perimeter shooter. I need somebody that's
Okay, Steph.
gonna just pull up and be just ridiculous. So I got Steph Curry right there. Shooting guard, Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Small forward, LeBron James.
Yes.
Here's where it gets interesting. Power forward. Kevin Garnett.
What?
Kevin
This
Garnett.
guy won 1 ring.
Are you kidding? So, what does rings have to do with it?
He kept getting waxed in the
Are we going to
West.
say Charles Barkley is not good?
It's not that he's not good, but I'm so Ham, we're talking about power forward specific.
All right, man. Now we're getting off topic. Now we're starting to talk about greatness because of rings.
All right, no. Let me give you the context, then we can carry on. Kevin Garnett specifically, right? For me, is in a very tough situation because every year, or almost every year, that the Timberwolves are getting bounced, they were getting bounced by the Spurs.
So?
And Tim
the Spurs was a more all-around team.
Waxed. But he was getting waxed by Duncan, bro.
I thought you asked me to give you my top 5, and you're over here trying to convince me why I shouldn't put something there.
All right, fine. Kevin Garnett, who's the 5?
I'm thinking beyond just a rebound, or just or being really good at putting it back up, or his weird ankles being inward when he shoots a free throw. Like I'm not talking about any of that. I'm specifically talking about like also off the like bro, in the locker room, Kevin Garnett's the man.
Even on the floor, come on, people are scared of him.
I mean, I mean to have Jordan and Kevin Garnett there, Jordan on top of the guards.
I think I think that's too much testosterone. But okay.
Nah, man, I don't know. I think that's just the right energy. That's people that don't want to lose. That's people that don't want to lose on that team. And then on top of that, to top it off with the center, obviously I'm going with Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay. God damn. Ooh. Okay. So Sexman says Wilt, Jordan, Kareem, Magic Johnson, and Reggie Miller. Okay, point guard, shooting, small. Okay, so you have 2 shooting guards there, and then he has 2 centers because Wilt and
can interchange.
Kareem. Okay. It's a good starting 5. I like it. Portillo, welcome in, brother. Welcome in. All right. Ham. That was a nice little chat. Lastly, before we get into the games, Twitter transforming to X. Ham, put up a poll. I'm curious. Put up a poll. How is everyone feeling about Twitter turning into X? I'm still gonna call it Twitter. Ham, are you still gonna call it Twitter? And how do you feel about the whole thing?
I'm gonna call it X. X gonna give it to
Elon
you.
Musk over here.
Oh man, Twitter Series
because
X.
Of Xbox. It's because of Xbox. I knew it.
Twitter Series X.
Twitter Series X. Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah, ponies thought they could own Twitter streets. Nah, man, that's a Series X as well, son. See.
Okay, finish.
Unfortunately, it only does like 1080 30 though, like at best, I think.
Ooh.
But anyways, I really don't care. Like I've seen some people get frustrated and say, it's ruining this, it's ruining that. And in my opinion, the only way I look at this is it's like, yo, this is Elon Musk just swinging his shit around, letting everybody know I own this and I can do whatever I want. You know what? Get rid of the bird, get rid of the name, throw X on there. Let's throw some
Yep.
some weird conspiracy meaning out there for people to talk about and continue my popularity in the world. Let me, keep people's minds jogging on me. That's
Mm.
exactly what's going on, and it's working. So whatever. I really don't care about it. Um, it doesn't make it like crazy worse, or it to me it's just a social media app. I talk to people on it. I don't care about the background as long as I'm not getting spam calls because of it. That's great.
Which is not happening, so it's fine. Yeah.
I'm getting enough
Chicken
spam
Eye
calls from other stuff.
Chicken Eye 210 says I'd have Olajuwon instead of Shaq.
That's not bad.
Listen,
Hey,
that is not a bad pick. That is
no.
not a bad pick. Problem.
I don't
I
think
think the
I
thing
think
with
it's
Shaq,
hard to go wrong with a lot of the great centers. Like you could even throw Jokic in there, and it's just like, bro, like at that
yeah,
point when you have
even Kareem,
when you get down to the center as a last pick, it's just like, yo, like just pick a good one.
even Kareem, dude. Even Kareem, you're not wrong if you pick Kareem. The
You
thing
pick
the thing about Shaq
Kareem,
is,
Wilt, Giannis,
yeah,
shit. I'd go as far as saying you could throw freaking Alonzo Mourning in there and you'd be fine.
yo, Lonzo Mourning was
he was
built. A
he
lot of
was a
people don't remember,
beast
but for like 2 or 3 years, for
on
two or
the
three years,
Hornets
no
and
one
the
wanted
Heat.
to go. And then the Heat, no one wanted no one wanted a piece of that. But I'm just saying, I think the thing that sets Shaq apart for me at least is the wow factor. The pow.
Right.
Because it's like scoring points. You can score like
Showtime, man.
Ray Allen scores a three. Ray Allen scores a three. Steph's three feels like a four. If you know what I mean. Shaq's
Right.
dunk, it feels like a three. It doesn't feel like a two. It feels like 3 points to score. And that's not only for the fans who are watching, but even the players that just get abused. And that's the word, man. It was abuse going up against Shaq. Physical abuse. And you're a grown ass man. So for me, that's what edges Shaq uh, against like all the other centers. But numbers wise, they're all on the same level. Lady Foxfire says the bird is iconic. The bird is dead. Mr. Seven Digit said Elon having a midlife crisis. He don't know whether he wanna go to the moon or just stay here and fight Zuckerberg. If Zuckerberg wants to be salty, Ham,
I love
if
that
he really
comment.
wants to be salty, what if Zuckerberg is like the threads have an icon and it's a bird? Not the Twitter bird, but just another bird. I think that'll get tongues wagging.
Well, that'll just get more people
Like,
talking, and like I said, it like
did you even
man,
try threads? Honest.
the daily or like I feel like they're kind. Yeah, I mean, I signed up for it, and I don't really enjoy it that much, just because it's just to me, it's just starting over again. It's not like me trying to like be like I'm standing against Twitter and gonna really give this a go. No, not really. I just pretty much switched over so I have the name that I want or whatever. But really, and then I figured out that it's just pulled over from your Instagram, and your Instagram is pulled over from your Facebook, and it's just like you're not really creating anything new. You're just putting yourself on another platform. Is all you're really doing.
Yeah. Yep.
You're just giving,
Excellent.
the I don't know. I personally don't like it because of that reason, because it doesn't feel fresh. It feels like Instagram's Twitter instead of just a new version, or not so much just Instagram's Twitter, but just like it feels like so in OBS you have these like scenes and sources in there, right? It feels like just another source from the same scene. You know what I'm saying? It's like one got turned off. Okay, I'm not using Facebook. I'm using Instagram now. Okay, I'm not looking at Instagram now. I'm looking at Threads. And it's just like I got all like a lot of the same friends. I mean, I really enjoy Twitter because I'm completely disconnected from Facebook.
Yes, you're another
Completely
planet.
disconnected. Yeah, it kind of feels like that in a way, because it's just like a lot of my friends and family on Twitter, I'd say even a good amount of them to this day probably don't even know I make content.
Yep.
Because they're, I mean, although I'm sure I'd grow bigger if I use that audience more, I'm still mustering my way confidence wise to, go and be that loud over there, because that's where a lot of my family is. That's where a lot of like really personal stuff is. And that's where a lot of like my, like pictures of my family and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want Twitter friends to be in the same in that friend group, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I'm kind of like hug, like you can't, no, not these guys. But like I'll hang out with everybody outside of the walls, but not inside these walls. And it's just personal preference. I know that's not a whole lot of difference, and I'm sure people could probably find me if they want. It's the freaking internet, right? But
hey, there's people that take the time to do that shit.
Right, but if I can make it just a little bit more convoluted, then I'll keep it that way. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
so not a big fan of
lastly on
Threads.
this one, Sir X-Men says nobody wants Yao Ming. Yao Ming was great, except for those injuries, man. Those injuries were just heartbreaking. And then what are the odds that he gets paired up with a shooting guard that also has serious injury problems in Tracy
Yeah,
McGrady?
no.
It was just terrible. Both in their prime, both just sitting in suits. Matt likes games. Welcome in, bruv. Welcome in. Welcome. He says, "What's up, gamers?" All right, let's get to the games. Let's get to the games. So our highlight today comes from Windows Central, a source we don't usually go to, but here we are. Mortal Kombat 1, Omni-Man, Homelander, Peacemaker, and more characters confirmed. So during Comic-Con 2023, NetherRealm Studios unveiled 2 trailers for the upcoming fighting game MK1. These trailers showcase more details on MK1's story mode and new playable characters set to appear in the game, including Baraka, Lee May, Tanya. We will get to Tanya. Omni-Man, Homeland, Takeda, Ermac, and Quan Chi. The playable characters shown off in the first trailer: Lee May, Tanya, Baraka, warrior priestess sworn to defend the royal family of Outworld, while Baraka is a warrior suffering from a disease known as Tarkat, which mutates its victims into disfigured, bloodthirsty monsters. In addition, we have the return of Darius from Mortal Kombat Deception as a cameo fighter to assist players in battle. Ham Solo, what are your thoughts on the new additions for MK1? Are you more or less excited after these announcements?
I'm not that excited for Mortal Kombat, even though I think it's dope. I think I would have been more excited for Mortal Kombat like 15 years ago when I was more into those types of games, but I'm just not so much. But as for these extra selected characters, hey, that looks pretty dope. Like, even from somebody that's not that interested in the game, I look at that and I'm like, yo, That's interesting. Like I want to see it now. Like I want to see those like characters fight and stuff like that. So, I might not be buying the game day one, but I'm interested in seeing people get down and play this game. I know K Mega is gonna love that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more or less happy for the franchise. I definitely don't think it needs to go anywhere. I want it to stick around. I want Mortal Kombat to do the best that it can because I still remember the cheat code on the original Mortal Kombat. It's still stuck in my head. A B A C A B B. Get over here. Blood starts to drip down the screen, and you can uppercut people in the spikes, and blood is unlocked. And in the original Sega Genesis version of Mortal Kombat,
Because
but
Nintendo don't.
But see what I need Mortal Kombat to do for me is what like Street Fighter did, and like open the game up, make it like make it like Conquest was. I'm buying a game. I'm buying a Mortal Kombat day one if I can get Conquest. You know what I'm talking about?
Good.
Yo, it was just like that was a real story. You're learning all these different like. That's my type of game right there for Mortal Kombat. The addition to that. But yeah, but as for just these characters in particular, not going off of just hopes and dreams, I think this is pretty dope. It's nice. It's a good touch.
Okay. MetLife's game says Windows Central is my only trusted source. You got jokes today. Matt's got jokes today. For me, I'm not really crazy about these additions. Like most of them, except for Omni-Man and Homelander. Omni-Man because I still haven't seen Invincible, but I heard it's fantastic, and the new season's coming out in November. But quick segue. I found out from my wife that Megan, she didn't tell me specifically, but I saw something on her Instagram that led me to a reel of Megan the Stallion talking about how she likes or loves Hunter x Hunter. And I remember a couple of years ago, I gave Hunter x Hunter a chance, and I was like, I jumped off it.
You're
crazy. And then when I saw that, I was like, maybe I'll give it another chance. I'm giving it another chance. And now I'm like, I need to watch Invincible, but I don't like watching various animes at the same time. I don't know. People that can do that, you know what? God bless you. But I don't have the time to do it. But,
I agree with you right there. I cannot watch various, and it's because I just don't have the time for it, nor do I have like the attention span really for it. I really just want to focus on one. Like right now, I am finishing up Black Clover. I have like 30 episodes left.
Oh my
actually,
God.
I have less than I have less than that. I have less than that. But I rewound and went back several episodes because I haven't watched it in about a year. So I was just like, man, I need to go back to like a dope episode. So I started off back on. Are you familiar with Black Clover?
Yes. When I say where are you watching, I'm saying what platform are you watching it on?
A Crunchyroll.
But okay, maybe it works different here, but Crunchyroll for me works the same way as Netflix. If I don't watch something for like 2 days, even doesn't even take like a week, 2 days, it automatically gives me like a previously on, you know? It doesn't do it every show, every episode when you're binging it, but if you give it some time and then you come back to it, 48 hours for me at least. 48 hours is all it takes, and then it gives you like a little summary of what just happened in the last 30 episodes or 10. That's what I was asking. Anyway,
I don't know about that, but I rewound back to the part where Fuego Leon's sister, that crazy chick, was fighting like those like 5 other like people that got like overtaken by the light. And like, bro, she is so like I'm mad that I don't remember her name. but she's my favorite character, and I don't even know her damn name. She's my favorite just because she is just an asshole. she is
My
like she a goddamn
my
slave
favorite is
driver
the
out
chick
there,
that
bro.
speaks a lot. Yeah.
she
She's very aggressive.
she is, but
She's
it's
fire.
like for the better. And I like him and Yami. Those two motherfuckers right there, just tough. Yami is disrespectful, bro.
He
Yami's
seems like
so dope.
he's falling asleep all the time.
Oh my goodness. But anyways,
Okay. All right. So Matt,
we got way off topic.
sorry. Yeah. Matt says, sorry. Matt says, I love it too. I love whatever Meg the Stallion loves. We are sure of this, Matt. You don't even have to tell us. We know. We know. Rachie, welcome in. Sour Blow, welcome in. Rachie says the same for me with video game subscriptions. If there isn't anything that interests me, I skip some months. Rachie, I applaud your discipline. I applaud your patience to manually go in there and switch off the subscriptions.
I do that too.
I ain't got time for that. I'm just being
You
honest.
got time
I
for
pay
it?
my
Come
Game
on.
Pass. I'm serious. I pay for Game Pass. I pay for PS Plus, Netflix, Crunchyroll, etc. And then I'm done with it. I'm sorry. I can spend a month without watching Netflix. If
telling
I'm
you
like in
what,
town
if
and I don't travel, well,
I'm telling you, HBO, as soon as that Last of Us was over, I was like, goodbye. Like I was just like, see you later,
but yeah,
unsubscribed.
I think that's different. I think like subscriptions like HBO, maybe even Disney Plus, Amazon. No offense, I don't offend anyone in the chat, but no offense, those guys don't have the amount of content that justifies you just being like, yo, I'm a pay, even though I don't have plans to watch anything, because I know they always have something good to watch.
See,
Amazon and HBO is kind of like, it's a la carte.
Disney. I have Disney wrapped into Hulu for like $15 a month. I get like Hulu, Disney, and ESPN Plus. And I tell you what, ESPN Plus could just leave because it is stupid. ESPN Plus just stinks. I think you would love it because you're a soccer guy, but they don't really do a whole lot. Well, they don't put football on there that often. They only put soccer and like they don't put that much football on.
This guy.
You're gonna keep telling me football. They don't put that much football on there. They report about some football stuff sometimes, and every once in a while they have like some like pretty meh college games on there that I'll watch, but I'm not like going to ESPN Plus to watch this stuff like exclusively or anything like that. So ESPN Plus can kind of kick rocks. Ain't nobody trying to watch soccer. Ain't nobody trying to
Sour Blow says when you're a Raiders fan, you have no choice. Who wants to watch the Raiders lose? Ha ha, Sour Blow. Your jokes are so funny. Ham, let's go to the next one. On this one, the subtopic in this whole Mortal Kombat thing. Tanya. So people, even our beloved friend, oh Lord, she's going to kill me for forgetting her name. Cult Classic Cage was ragging on Tanya, on her look. You saw what Tanya looked like. Maybe you could put it up on the screen.
Yeah, that's what I was working to do right now.
Okay. While you're working on that, I'll give my take on it. Guys, Tanya was always specifically beautiful facially, right? And when I say that, I'm not saying there's a universal standard for beauty. No, but there's kind of a metric where, like 9 out of 10 people you ask will say beautiful. And then 9 out of 10 people will say Baraka is ugly. But I'm sure there's always that one person that'll say Baraka is a handsome man, which is fine. We're not here to judge people for their taste. All right, Baraka could be attractive to someone. Point is, on average, if you look at all of Tanya's previous designs, she was always designed specifically to be attractive to most people. And this time, they went with a different idea, a different vision. It's some people would say she's attractive, some people would say she's not attractive. Me personally, I don't really care that much for how she looks. I'm not really stressed about it.
It's a big
She's
change,
not a
though.
central. Yeah, but she's for me personally, she's not a central character. So
Sure.
they could have turned Tanya into a man that identifies as a woman and called herself Tanya, and I still wouldn't care. Right? It'd be different if they changed Sindel, Kitana. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Those are characters I actually care about. Tanya, whatever. And yes, the escalation theory does work. If you look back, it always starts small, and then by the time we're done, Shao Kahn is a black dude from freaking Kenya. I get it. I get it. I'm just saying, me personally, in this situation specifically, I don't care. Sir X-Man with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Sir X-Man says, do people understand what Homelander represents? Homelander is discount Superman, but he's a bad guy. That's what I get from it. If you have a more nuanced take on it, Sir X-Man, please feel free to write us a little diatribe in the chat. I will read it out, man. If you have some nuance, we welcome it. Ham, what does Homelander represent to you before you get into the whole Tanya thing?
He represents a person that literally just wants to do anything that he wants to do. And he wants people to like him, but at the end of the day, he'll force the hand. He's just a dictator. He's just a dictator. That's all he really is. He's just a dictator. Yeah. I mean, like,
talking about it, I'm thinking
he'll ask for your approval and then slap you when you say the wrong answer.
Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like he's just a dictator. I mean, that's exactly what a evil Superman would be, right? Make everybody bend to his will.
So X-Men, I need you to DM me what it is that Homelander represents, because he says I really don't want to say it on your show. Sir X-Men, for anyone that doesn't watch our show regularly, is a very salty character. So if Sir X-Men is censoring himself, there's some salt here. Ham, go ahead.
I feel like Sir X-Man is pointing at who he was in love with and saying that that's Homelander. Because who he is in love with was a racist. No.
Oh, that chick.
Yeah. That chick was the one that got very racist.
She was something. She was something.
And yes. So I think what he's trying to say is
that a fair accusation, though? And again, we're getting off topic.
I like in my opinion, I think for Homelander, for him in particular in this situation, I don't want to call him racist. I just want to call him just absolutely just a power maniac. I don't think he cares about your color. I don't think he cares about your wealth. He cares if you can get what he wants done. That's it. And he sees everybody that's on Earth as a pawn.
Lady Foxfire said, I stopped watching. When did you what? Did you stop watching this show? Oh, I stopped watching after season 2. Was it specifically because of the chick that shall not be named? Is that why you stopped watching? I am curious
I'm gonna tell
because
you, she acted the hell out of that role, but hated her character. I really did.
but
She
Ham,
stunk, but she played the hell out of that role.
isn't that the whole point of the heel?
Yeah, it is the whole point. You're
All right.
you're supposed to like see them and like cringe. If you're not cringing, then they're like an anti-hero almost.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because then people are
They're
rooting for him. You know, and it's just like, yo, like, no, you're supposed to be a villain. What is a villain? Disgusting.
pretty
Something that
much.
you hate.
Pretty much.
Like just the residue that you can't wipe away is this piece of shit right here. That's what a villain is. That's what a villain is. He just stinks. Yeah, you just hate seeing them. I
Mm.
feel like
My
in a
safe
lot
save
of
says
I feel like in a
Superman.
lot of cases, people have kind of went away from that and they've popularized villains to where we don't see
Yeah,
them like that anymore.
yeah.
So like,
They don't want to
so
go
like when
all
we,
in on the villains.
so when we see a real villain, we're disgusted and we think it's not right when it's exactly right. It's exactly what it's
Mm.
supposed to be. It's supposed to make you just, I almost hate this crap because because this person sucks so much. And the whole thing about the boys, the whole point of the boys is over the top. So they're going to pull
For
every
me,
string over I mean, I knew that show was over the top when bro was holding his girl's hands and
yep.
bro went
And then just
running by.
boom.
And then bro went running by and I was
Wow.
just like, all right. I was like, all right,
Damn.
this show is going to be a problem. Like, after I seen that, I was like,
Oh,
this show
that's too much.
is
Because it's
gonna
stuff
be
we always
bad.
discussed as children with like the Flash and Superman. You know, like what would happen if they would just do stuff and make mistakes? What would actually happen to all those pretty little civilians in the comic books? And then we got to see it with this. That was some good stuff.
I feel like this show puts a
Lady
lot of
Fox.
people off because it's as humanized as it gets, with a twist of comedy. But it's just like, yo, could you imagine a world full of, well, not full of, but just like sporadically with like, salted around the world with superpowers, just a little bit of
It
superpower
would be
over here, a little
terrible.
superpower.
It would be
It would be,
terrifying. Hamco.
yeah,
It
that's what
wouldn't
I'm saying.
be what Marvel is selling us. I'm just being honest. You would have psychopaths, a pyrotechnic, a psychopath with pyrotechnic powers. That's what life would be.
You
So
would have some
for
good
me,
people in there for sure, but
but there's
no stopping
there's
the
no
bad.
guarantee. Also, there's no guarantee, Ham, that the ratio would be the one that we get in DC and Marvel, where it's like 3 heroes to 1 superhero, or 30 superheroes to 10, 10 villains. No, we don't have any guarantee of that. We could have a situation that's opposite. Sour Blow says that's why Joffrey was great on Game of Thrones. 100% agree. I hated Joffrey's guts. Every time I turned on Game of Thrones, I hated his guts, but I was sad when he died. And then he also says, Loki, you're playing a great villain. Sir, thank you.
Wow.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, we got way off topic from
yes, very off topic.
from Tanya.
Back from the Dead
But
says,
yeah,
look, did you play Injustice 1 and 2? Yes, I did. Great stories, amazing stories. And yes, to your point, evil Superman, we got to see him in all his glory. All right, let's refocus to the video games. Tanya, Ham, is this okay? Is it not okay?
so for
Go.
those of you that don't know who Tanya is, I'll put up a picture of the old Tanya now. You've been staring at the new Tanya, but this is like what the old Tanya looked like. So she was a lot more, I don't know, like people would say, oh my God, they put Nicki
Visually,
Minaj on Tanya. That's great. But that's what I just went. Like if I go two
hey
photos
man,
back, there it is. It says Nicki
it's
Minaj
Nikki.
on one side and Tanya on the other. I mean, that's
Man,
fair, I guess. But
leave it there. Just leave it there. It's
you
fine.
want me just to leave it there? All right, fine.
It's cool.
But
That's cool.
anyways.
You know what? That's my Tanya. That's my Tanya.
Oh my goodness. But so it's a big change from Nikki Tanya to
Yeah.
the to the woman that looks like she, I mean, I don't know. She looked like she more or less from, what was that game that's supposed to be coming out that's supposed to drop in the Game Pass like day one? Um this is the person that has the
Dude,
gun and the sword.
every game,
Um
every game is going to Game Pass. If it's
no,
not
there's this,
if it's
it's
not a
a
PlayStation exclusive,
it's a
it's going
third
to
party
take.
game going into Game
Okay.
Pass.
Okay.
Person has a sword and a gun. Oh man, I just can't. I'm having a hard time remembering, but the game looked really dope. It's kind of
Okay.
an open world game. Oh man, I'm having trouble remembering it. It stinks. I'm
A
gonna
sword
remember
and
it
a
here in a
gun.
little bit.
All right.
Yeah,
Sir
it hasn't
X-Men
came
says
out yet.
Wolverine in Mortal Kombat. I think this is a genius idea. I mean, can you imagine the amount of gore they could simulate with Wolverine and those blades? Imagine him slicing people up into ribbons, literal ribbons. What do you think about Wolverine in Mortal Kombat, Ham?
What do I think in what?
About Wolverine in Mortal Kombat
Wolverine and
as
Mortal
a DLC
Kombat.
character?
Uh, I don't know. I don't. I mean, they did the crossover with DC. So if they could do it with Marvel, I guess so. But I feel like Marvel doesn't want to go down that route.
They don't want to associate with all of that
I
greatness.
don't know.
All
They
they
want to go
want
down that
is
route.
PC culture. They want to guzzle all the PC culture and they don't want no money.
Man,
Sir
put your
X-Men says, I
hands
want
down. Why'd you
Wolverine.
do that?
Sir X-Men, well, a $2 super chat, thank you very much, says, I want Wolverine in Mortal Kombat, perfect fit. Yes, agreed. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Project Q video and a bunch of images leaked from PlayStation handheld console running a surprising operating system. This is from our dear and beloved IGN. Fresh material has emerged about the machine, now known as Project Q, which will be PlayStation's all-new handheld console. It's not a traditional machine because you'll actually be able to use it for remote play, which means you can spin PS5 games remotely. Side note, I got this from
What
IGN
language in
Hungary.
this in? Yeah, I was gonna say, what the
I
hell
got
is going on there?
yeah, I got this. I got this from IGN Hungary. And quick side note, I just want to say IGN Africa, guys, we need to step up our game. This is embarrassing. Anyways, Ham, you saw the leaks. What did you think? Are you more or less interested in Project Q?
Oh, I have zero interest in it. I have absolutely zero interest in it. There's no interest gained, no interest lost, just no interest in it.
Damn, just nothing.
No,
I
like
have to
it's
say
it
something real
it
quick,
it
Ham.
it, it does nothing that I can't already do. It's like asking me, like after I have I have apples, and you're going door to door selling apples. You ask me if I need it. No, I'm good. I got apples. I already got what I need. Why am I going to go out and get more?
Okay, so
Simple.
clearly you don't care. For me, this has me intrigued for a specific reason. I don't have a Steam Deck. I don't have a ROG Ally, and the entry point for 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 both of those is a bit tight for me right now. I need to
Okay.
know how much this is going to cost, because if if it's a reasonable price, like 150, maybe even $200, and
$200.
if that's the MSRP in South Africa, I think I'll go and buy it because I already have a PS5 and I travel a lot. I
I
might be
don't
able to
think.
stretch
Do you
for
realize how this
200.
thing works? Do you realize how
Yeah,
this thing works?
Ham. You know, this is a sad truth, and you guys call me the pony on the show and all that, but the sad truth is none of my boys care about the PlayStation. If I'm not home, if I'm not turning it on, no one is turning it on. It's either the
Okay.
Series S or the Series X. No one cares. So as far as remote streaming, right? When I'm
Yeah.
on the other side of the country, it is actually feasible for me to turn on the remote PlayStation thingy, and the console turns on, and I'm not inconveniencing anyone here, and I'm not being inconvenienced because someone's already on the PlayStation. So that's why for me, I sit back and I'm like, okay, so depending on the price, I might actually jump in on this one. Go ahead.
But is your internet at home good enough to output for it to stream through the internet where you're at?
Oh, I forgot that part. Nah,
Yeah,
never mind.
about that.
Never mind.
Mm.
Oh, also, Lady Foxfire has a good point. Even after I upgrade to Elon's internet in my house, you have to be on the same internet as the console. So I can't be on the other side of the country. It's not like the Switch. Thank you, Lady Foxfire, for the correction. I forgot this point. This is what killed
I
the
don't
interest.
know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what killed it. Well,
like, hold on a second. So I've had people tell me the opposite. Um,
that you
before
can play it on the go.
that, no, not on the go,
Welcome in,
but
Sarge.
on other internet. I've had people tell me that. Oh yeah, I've played
That's
my
the impression.
PlayStation
Yes.
stream or like remote play thing somewhere else, and I'm like, really? Because I wasn't able to, and I purposely left my PS5 on, went to work, tried to turn it on when I walked into work, just like trying to see if I can get access to it, and I couldn't at that time. But I'm wondering, like, did I do something wrong? Or, I mean, because what I'm describing, Lady Foxfire just nailed. But what I've heard other people say is the opposite. Oh man, I could do it. I didn't have any problem. Or there was a specific way, or something like that, something convoluted that I didn't like exactly. But
Bro, I'm
it's
not
just
trying to put
like,
in some work.
to me, then I mean, then what would be the point of the backbone if that didn't
Yeah,
work like that?
yeah.
Unless you only
Also,
could use the backbone at home, that doesn't make any sense to me.
and also it's pointless because like because of what you said about the internet. I would have the super fast Starlink internet at home, but on the road, I don't I don't spend most of the time at like the five-star hotel at the province that I'm at. I just land on the plane, right? I'll sleep the first night. But after that, I get in a car and I drive to like the freaking townships, and that's where I sleep. Almost no internet. I have to be using my phone, and then our connections are what they are. When when I'm on the road on a Friday or on a Tuesday, they are what they are. So nah, you know what? If nah, it's pointless. It's pointless. Mr. Seven Digit says they probably finished all the games on it. Most of the first party games take less than a week to beat. That that's not fair. Mr. Seven Digit, we all know that most of the first party games on PlayStation take 2 weeks to beat, not 1 week. All right.
I don't know,
Sir X-Men
man.
says I Sir X-Men says I can use console stream anywhere from my Xbox or my phone with no xCloud. Yeah, and console streaming for me is not much of an option because of my internet situation as it stands. So, yeah, you know what, Ham? I had a take that I was interested, but I'm off it. I'm quickly off it, and I would like to move on from this entire discussion. You good? Because this was
You
supposed to
just
be like a dub for PlayStation, but it's a solid L. It's carbonized at this point. You know,
all
there's
right,
nothing
sure.
you can do about it.
All right,
You
let's go to
good?
the next one.
Because I'm
Yeah,
good.
we got to keep it
All
moving
right,
anyways because I got an appointment.
let's do this. Yes. Before we get into the next one, why do you have an appointment, Mr. Ham Solo? Please enlighten us.
It's just for my back. It's just more back stuff. So I got physical
Ladies
therapy.
and gentlemen, the back that holds TSWS gaming
Oh my
together
god, this
is
man.
on the mend. We're going for the 1,000 subs by the end of the year. And
Oh
Ham
my
Solo's
goodness.
back is about to guarantee it.
Oh,
Spam dubs in the
relax.
chat, ladies and gentlemen. Either dubs or Ham Solo's emoji. Spam the dubs. Here we go,
And,
Ham. Physical
no.
therapy. When you're stressed out, right, and you're tired, just put the headphones on and listen to me talking absolute shite on TSWS Gaming. And you will
That
get
sounds
right through
great.
it. Trust me.
Anyways,
Oh
back to the
Lord.
topics.
Sir X-Men. Sir X-Men says Loke has seen the light about the PlayStation rip-off. Bro, hope is the last one to die. Anyway, the next topic is former Xbox console exclusive game Shadow drops for the PlayStation. This is from Game Rant. So, former Xbox console exclusive High on Life is now available on PS4, PS5, giving PlayStation gamers the chance to finally play the game. The DLC called High on Knife is set to release in the fall. Will release on PlayStation as well. Gamers on both PS4 and PS5 have the chance to pick up High on Life for $60 if they'd like, with the game Shadow dropped on both platforms July 22nd. Oh, god damn. Ham Solo, what are your thoughts on this Shadow drop?
Oh, first I have to talk about my thoughts on Back from the Dead's question in the chat.
Okay.
He asked, Ham, are you getting a butt enlargement? Don't know what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and
What?
assume that I'm
Like
not
a
doing that.
BBL or something? That's not happening.
I don't
He's
know.
back. It's for his back. He's back, guys.
It's for my back, not my butt. But anyways,
Maybe my pronunciation threw him off. Cloud Classic
oh
Cage,
man,
welcome in. We were just talking about your take on Tanya. We were just talking about it. Go ahead, Em.
yeah,
Finish it.
we were talking about Tanya Minaj, but what was the question, Loke?
We were talking about your
remember
back,
now.
but okay.
No, we were
Get well
talking about
soon.
High on Life.
I hope you get better as soon as possible, because we need you to continue to carry the channel while I just
my
coast on
God.
your coattails. Yeah, High on Life is now on PlayStation, but a game that launched day one on Game Pass is $60 on PlayStation, no PS Plus. What are your takes?
I mean, people said they like to buy their games over on PlayStation. They don't like it in subscription services, so buy it if you want to support it. I thought it was dope. I know I've seen several people that are, PlayStation fanatics get Xbox Game Pass and play High on Life. So maybe they already played it. I don't know. I'm just saying,
That's
It,
messed up.
it it's easy to play in the Game Pass. Fine. It's available on PlayStation. Can't complain. It's there at least, right? And that's
That's
probably going to be the
salty.
same situation for Call of Duty. It'll be there,
That's salty.
and, but
It'll be
it
there,
might
but
be
then it'll be day one
$70.
on Game Pass.
Mm,
Oh man,
that's just how
you
things work.
and you try. I'm looking at your face right now. You're trying to hold yourself back from just smirking. Um,
I'm just sitting here.
Sir X-Man said Sony players like to pay for their games. Isn't that what they say? They don't believe in Game Pass. Time to support the devs. Me personally, I'm dying to play Remnant. Can't afford it, so I'm not one of these Sony players. All right. For me, I just thought this was hilarious. This announcement, I was chuckling, just losing my crap when I saw this. And I was
When
at
you saw
work
High on
in the office
Life,
when I saw the announcement, and then when I read that it's $60, I was like, God dang!
I mean, that's
I
in my
could
opinion, that's kind of
before
like that's more than I'd want to like. I beat the game, thought it was fun, I thought it
you
was a
wouldn't want
good
to pay
story, but
$60.
I wouldn't pay no $60 for that. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't.
Oof.
I'm
For
not buying
me,
that
it's
day
not
one for
even
$60.
about the quality. It's not even about the quality of the game. It's just that I could see, like, I haven't played the game yet, but I have a good eye for good games, right? I could see from the few clips that I saw, I could see that if this game was exclusive on PlayStation, certain people would be talking about, look at all the original concepts that PlayStation gets. We're not getting the same reskinned military shooter crap that you guys get, etc., etc. I could see it when they announced what is it, High on Life, and these people were crapping on it. I was like, whatever, whatever. And then as soon as they announced this, I was like, watch them say that High on Life is not that bad. That's when I saw the headline. But as I read, when I saw the $60, I was like, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This game is now crap again. They're going to crap all over it. And as soon as I got on Twitter, that's exactly what was happening. They were crapping all over it. For me, I still haven't played High on Life. Playing too many games. But hey, man, if you're
I
on
beat it. It was
PlayStation,
good, and I beat
if
it
you're
on
on
Game
PlayStation,
Pass.
I was going to say that's exactly what I was going to say. If you're on PlayStation, just figure out a way to subscribe to Game Pass, play the game, and then move on. That's what they've been saying for years. All right, buy a PlayStation. Well, bro, buy an Xbox. Shit. Void Lock said Tanya
Messing.
looked like she got on drugs real bad. If she did get on drugs, she's good with makeup. Mr. Digit said it looks fun, but it ain't my type of game. And yeah, Sony fanboys would hype this game up like no tomorrow. Look at Quantum Error. Oh, we're getting to that. Don't worry. Rachie says, well, remember Xbox hardcore fans were making fun of Stray. That's a fair point. Also, plug. I did a review for Stray on. So if you just click on my profile, it'll take you to my link with my portfolio. I did do a review on it on the PS5 when it came out. Decent game. Not game of the year. I'm not gonna sit here and say it deserved to be game of the year, but
In
it's a decent game.
contention?
What? Stray,
So
yes.
does it
Yes, it
deserve to
was a
be in
candidate.
contention? No, I'm saying does
No,
it deserve
no,
to be in contention?
no, no, no.
Okay. Moving on.
Stray
Let's go.
and game of the year should never be in the same conversation. I don't know. Well, I do know what happened, but personally, I don't agree with it. Next, we have Armored Core 6 multiplayer details confirmed. This is from Game Rant as well. So Armored Core 6 Fires of the Rubicon will have 6-player multiplayer with an additional 3 spectators. The multiplayer mode in Armored Core will be strictly competitive without co-op option. I'll go first on this one. So this specifically upset me because I know I'm going to fail badly at the campaign for Armored Core 6. And I was really hoping they had a version of what they had in Elden Ring where you could call someone in to hold your hand and you could just sit in the corner while they beat the boss. All right? And there's no option
Wow.
for that. So if you beat Elden Ring is hard as fuck, dude. It's hard as
Wow.
as tits
At
in the
least.
Alaskan snow. All
Oh
right?
my God. Okay.
That's how hard Elden Ring is. So Armored Core is being made by the same guys that made Elden Ring, and I looked at all the other Armored Cores before it. No difficulty setting. You want to beat Armored Core, you just have to beat it. So there's a good chance
Mhm.
Armored Core 6, no difficulty setting. You just have to beat it. So I would like to see a version from Software. If you give a crap, if there's anyone here that knows someone from Software, please co-op. I want help. The game's not even out, but I already know I'm gonna be failing. So hook a brother up. Hook me and Sir X-Men up. Sir X-Men says no co-op. That sucks. So please, I need Ham Solo to hold my hand as he beats the last boss in Armored Core 6. Thank you. Ham, what's your
Wow.
takeaway from this?
My take is that you guys hit that like button, share this out, let people know that we are live. This is going to unfortunately be a shorter show than usual because I got to get to a doctor's
Yes.
appointment here in a little bit. But
About 30 minutes. About 10,
as for Armored Core 6, I'm sorry, but I'm just not that excited about it.
God damn, Mr. Inferno Game says no. Just says no. Lord. No love, man. No love at all. Sorry, Ham. Go ahead.
To me, it's just I don't have time for it right now. It like gaming isn't sparse enough for me to find it interesting. I feel like if this game would have came out last year, it may have been possibly even a day one or something like that.
Let me whip out the calendar. Calendar.
No.
Armored Core comes out on the 25th, 3 days before Immortals of Avium. 3 days after Immortals of Avium. 10 days after Madden 24. And ladies and gentlemen, 5 days before Starfield.
Yep, and that is exactly why.
That's not good.
I ain't got time for that. Sorry.
That's not good. Sorry, Armored Core. Like I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I'm not buying Armored Core. 5 days before Starfield. Who are we kidding, Ham? Who are we lying? Why are we lying to ourselves? Why?
That's why I'm telling you that I'm just not that. I'm not lying to myself. I'm telling you that I'm not interested in playing this game because I don't have time for it.
I'm interested,
and it's clear.
I am
what
super
up,
interested.
Senor Vic?
Oh, Senor Click says, "What's up? What's up? Bienvenido. Ham, I'm definitely getting Armored Core, but not now because of Starfield, obviously. Oh, excuse me. Mr. Inferno says, "Get good." That's kind of toxic, man. You know, post Gamergate, you know what they say. It's kind of toxic.
Well, you ain't lying.
You're lucky.
Look, you ain't lying.
You're lucky I'm not. You're lucky I'm not a certain gender. Otherwise, I could get you canceled like this. All right. I'm just saying. All right. So Armored Core, rest in stars in Starfield. I don't know. Good luck with that. Next, we have Quantum Era Xbox version could have big downgrade compared to PS5 version. This is from Game Rant. Let's get to it. So the Xbox version of the upcoming cosmic horror game Quantum Era could have loading screens on the Xbox, whereas the PS5 will not. While the game was first announced as a PS5 exclusive, the subsequent years would have it lose that exclusivity. This was confirmed with the announcement of Quantum Era would be coming to Xbox Series X and S, as well as PC. According to the developers, this move was made to allow more players to experience the game regardless of platform, though the decision was met with mixed response. Those looking forward to the game might be split again due to the Series X and X versions of the game having a possible downgrade due to the console's architecture and SSD. The official account of Quantum Error was asked how the developers' progress of the game was, replying that everything is pretty much done and that the developers were doing quality assurance and optimization of the different versions. One thing that was mentioned was Quantum Error was developed with PS5's extremely fast SSD in mind, but with the Xbox Series X and S slower SSD, things would have to be changed in order to make up the difference in speed. As a result, the game may need to implement loading screens on Xbox while the PS5 version is entirely seamless. Hashtag Final Fantasy 16. Ham, go ahead.
I don't care about this game. I barely even really knew what it was. I ended up looking it up, watching the trailer of it, and I was just like, yeah, this game looks nice, but doesn't look too advanced for the Xbox. I just don't see that. No. I feel like this was just kind of a little bit of choosy with just like I feel like maybe it's easier to work on for this developer with the PS5, sure. But I believe maybe it may be harder to run it parity on the Series S and X because of the Series S whole thing. And you know, at the end of the day, I'm just like, dude, just make the game. Like, why would you do this to yourself on the way out the door? No. In my opinion, it's just like, to me, it's just really bad marketing. Just really bad marketing. Like, this is marketing 101. What you don't do right before you sell your game. If you're selling at two different places, you want them to both flourish as much as possible. Why would you make one look less appealing when it's technically the same IP? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I never heard anybody, say, when, remember the PS3 and the Xbox 360 generation.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember anybody saying, watch it on Blu-ray. Watch it on Blu-ray. Don't watch it. I'd prefer you to watch it on Blu-ray, not the HD DVD player that the Xbox has. Why would you try? Why would you go out of your way to possibly kill your own cells on a whole different platform? Wouldn't that be something that you'd want to talk about? Wouldn't that be something, in my opinion, that you'd want to, like, even if you are biased, or maybe you're telling the flat out truth, wouldn't that be something that you'd want to keep in the oven until after the party's over? Go ahead.
Let me answer your question. Drawn TJ with $2 super chat says, "Hi guys, what's up? Welcome in, Drawn. Hamothy. You think this is me just being salty, and I'm reaching farther than Kareem ever reached.
Can I guess where you're reaching real quick? Can I guess where you're reaching?
Where are you reaching?
Oh, no. I'm gonna guess where you're reaching. I'm gonna think you think he wanted to create buzz by any means necessary to get this game out.
And there's a second part to it.
And he's successfully doing that.
No.
Okay. Now you tell me yours. No. That's it. That's all I had. That's all I had.
The backlash from the Xbox players means nothing because they weren't gonna buy the game anyway.
Really? So with that mentality, why even put it on that platform?
because of brand recognition. These guys, a Quantum Era is being made by a dev studio that's small, right? And the way I see it is, it's a simple question of not psychology, but I guess reverse psychology. This game was first announced as a PS5 exclusive, all right? PlayStation is known for two things. One is the exclusives, and two, their rabid fan base. All right? And their fan base loves nothing more, and I mean nothing more than exclusives, right? When they announced this thing for the PS5 as exclusive, they didn't get enough feedback. They didn't get enough people wishlisting it or putting it as a game that they might be interested in. They didn't get enough metrics to justify, oh, we're good. So they probably said, I'm reaching farther than Kareem has ever reached. I'm just saying.
But
all right?
but I'm gonna tell you right now that I think that you're
finish.
reaching, and no, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, yo,
Okay.
although you're saying that I'm reaching, I'm watching this reach like it's Space Jam right now, and I'm like, this dude's about to dunk. He's about to dunk this shit. He's about to dunk.
He's about to make it.
He's about to dunk this shit from outer space. No, he ain't.
Oh, watch. So what happened when they saw the metrics, right? They saw the metrics. We're not getting the buzz. Gentlemen, our market is PlayStation. We've made this game from the bottom up for PlayStation. How can we get the buzz? How can we get the pre-orders? How can we get the wish lists? Simple. Let's play to the hubris of the PlayStation fanatics. Announce that the game is going to Xbox. Get everyone on PlayStation, all their knuckle draggers riled up. Get them all pissed, right? And then wait a bit, and then just announce that Xbox is getting the inferior version. Boom! Instantly, you've now got the brand recognition. Didn't nobody care about no Quantum Era? Cut the cap. I don't care how much you love PlayStation. If you're being honest with yourself and whichever deity that you pray to, no one cared about Quantum Era. No one was even aware. This wasn't even a blip on a blip of a game that's coming, right? But because of those tweets, people. So recognition, done. Brand recognition, done. Sales, done. Because don't lie to yourselves also. Enough people to justify the development of this game are going to buy this thing just because they know it spites the Xbox players. This was a PS5 exclusive. Now it's like a PS5 super exclusive because it hurts the other guys. So as far as I'm concerned, that was the strategy, and it's going to work out. This thing is going to sell to north of 2 million copies by 2025. Watch.
I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even say like PS5 exclusive at all. I'd almost just say a corrupt, like, you know how in video games there'll be like something that's like purple on it and it's like corrupted or something like that. That's kind of what this game reminds me. It's like corrupted in it, but it's in your Xbox. It's corrupted with PlayStation fanboys.
Yep.
I think that's funny. Oh man, let's keep it moving because I gotta get going. But yeah, I agree. I agree with you. You nailed that. That was phenomenal.
Thank you. Back from the Dead said that's even funnier though. With trying to sell a game to a platform who wasn't going to be included, you tell them not to buy it. I'm telling you guys, the whole thing was just to get brand recognition, to get the super fans of PlayStation to be like, yo, $60 day one. Watch me and my little exclusive. You don't have this. I'm telling you, that's the attitude.
You sound like Borat.
They read. I'm telling you, they read it. They read into the culture, and they're like, "This is how we're gonna make the money." And watch them make bank. Next, Destiny 2 players create new tribute for Lance Reddick at GameRant.com. The last tribute to Reddick was created on their subreddit Pixel Canvas, which has become constantly evolving space due to interactions by users driving its artistic direction. Within the canvas, a group of Destiny 2 players was able to leave the late actor a tribute by replicating the double-headed eagle designed by Commander Zavala's shoulder plate. It is accompanied by Reddick's name, the years of his birth and death, and Destiny's Latin motto of Per Audacia ad Astra, which roughly translates to the stars through boldness. Ham, we've discussed Lance Reddick as a actor, as his video gaming legacy, etc. Specifically, I'd like to look at how voice AI could be used to immortalize legendary actors like Lance Reddick. Sure, if it's not handled properly, companies can own someone's voice without like their permission or their family's permission and just make money off of it, especially if you have a voice like freaking Lance Reddick. But I would like to just get your take on how voice AI could immortalize legendary voices. Go ahead.
I think it'd be nuts. I mean, you can bring back things that have been gone forever. And could you imagine Morgan Freeman in 40 years?
At his peak. And then they make, I don't know what movie, but yeah.
They just make
that would be
well, I'm not just going like to just movies, but I'm just thinking of like books. Like audiobooks. You could make just like have an audiobook series that's just this person's voice on these books, and you could sell it because people want to hear that voice on that book. You know what I'm saying? You already have people talking about, oh man, I changed the way my Google Maps talks. I remember I heard somebody say that they got their Google Maps to sound like Gordon Ramsay.
Oh Lord.
So I mean that sounds wild, but I'm just saying like the types of stuff that you could do with it, whether it's positive or nefarious, is like unlimited.
Limitless. Yeah. I would want my Google Maps to sound like Hideo Kojima. Since we're out here talking about it, I'm just saying.
Just never talks to you.
I'm just imagining. Oh, fuck. Okay, Ham. Okay. You know what? Whatever. All right. Next, we have AOC confirms Twitch return date and time. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, United States congressional representative from New York, has confirmed that she'll be returning to Twitch for an upcoming stream. Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC, as she's often referred to, first came to Twitch in 2020. She drew over 400,000 viewers to her Among Us games with top Twitch streamers including Hassan Abi and Pokimane. Ham Solo, would you be interested in watching AOC coming back on Twitch?
Oh, I've never been interested in her at all. Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Well, for me, I find it interesting. Not just interesting, but commendable. I don't agree with everything she says as a politician, but I like the fact that she keeps the basics of politicking. And the basics are go and speak to the people. All these politicians are waiting.
I just don't care
for people to turn on. Okay, but I just want to give kudos where they deserve. People,
you're not wrong.
Most of these politicians like, turn on CNBC, turn on all this other crap. We're not turning on crap. We're playing Diablo. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. All right, come and find us, motherfucker. And AOC is the only one that stood up and is like, you know what? How do I press these buttons? How do I? Okay, And what does this do? And she figured it out. Maybe it maybe took her 12 days. Fine, but she still did it. All right. And I think we have to respect that. So AOC, well done.
Just like your least liked football player. Like if you hate Tom Brady, I mean, you can hate him, but you can't say he ain't good.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like you. I mean,
Yes.
that motherfucker might piss. LeBron James might drive you to drive you nuts, but the last thing that you can say is he sucks. I mean, you might personally feel like he sucks, but like
he does his job.
You cannot convince the world that he is not good at his job. You just
the objective world. The objective world. You can't convince the objective world. And this lady, I'm not 100% with what she does, with what she says, but in terms of doing a job, this lady does justice to every tax dollar that she gets paid. Mr. 7 Digit says, I'm interested if she streams in a jacuzzi. Other than that, politics do not interest me like that. Like they did in the Obama years.
Bruh,
listen, if AOC does the jacuzzi stream, I will find a way to get a green card and come and vote for her for president of the United States.
Oh, you're insane. Oh my goodness. Please, world.
You don't have to drag
Please,
me.
world.
You don't have to drag me from the pulpit to not put my vote in for AOC. As soon as she does that, I don't know.
This
I'll
world
put the whole
is...
family. My wife will vote for her. My eldest is already 18. He'll vote for her. And the whole family is voting for Jacuzzi Cortez.
Man,
that's what's happening.
Thanos couldn't come sooner, bruh.
All right, let's keep it moving. Eli Roth's Borderlands film heads to theaters summer 2024. Ham, quickly, interested, not interested?
I'm interested, but I'm not sure for the best reasons. I'm more or less just nervous as hell about this.
This is going to be a trash fire. This is going to be a trash fire, Ham Solo. Kevin Hart is too short. The two female leads are too old. And this is not freaking Oppenheimer. People aren't sitting in offices and chatting it away. People are running, they're jumping, kicking, fisting, throwing guns. Pulling triggers, throwing guns as well when they're empty, throwing explosions, doing all types of active things that you have to do with your body. Right? If anyone here is interested in the Borderlands movie, go and check the pictures for the cast that was chosen.
Jamie Lee Curtis, bro.
It is arthritis central. Okay? No one there is running like in 5 seconds doing 100 meters.
And then rolling or something like that.
They wouldn't make it. No. Ankles are broken. Chiropractors need to get called. Freaking ambulances 24/7 for each one of them. But you can't have like one ambulance on site. You're going to need like 7 ambulances when they're filming this thing. It's going to be terrible. So many quick cuts. These like one motion movies. People are going to be more impressed with Keanu Reeves after they see this. Because when you watch John Wick, he's doing everything. And there's no quick cuts. Borderlands is every elbow is going to be another angle, then another angle, then another angle, then another angle. For anyone that doesn't know what quick cuts are, I'll quickly summarize it. When you have people that either don't know the choreography or unflexible or too old, you have to quickly change the angles and do 1,000 reshoots to make it look like they did something awesome because they cannot physically do it in one motion. It's going to be a travesty. I'm going to laugh my ass off. Yeah. It's going to be a meme.
The unfortunate part to me is that it's just like I want gaming to open up to more actors. And I feel like I'm getting actors that are in Hollywood that do Uh, they're not bad actors. They're great actors. These are all like
But it
a
shows how much
cast
they
of
don't
like
care.
it's like a cast of. So the way I look at this movie is the same way I looked at Crime Boss, the video game,
Yes,
where
yes.
it's just
They
like,
don't respect the material. They just want to extract money from it. They it's one movie, but Lilith is 80 years old. The fuck? Okay, what about her stories? She's got so many stories to tell, but she's 80 in the first movie, she's 80 years old. What are we doing? Sorry, Ham. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Finish. Please finish. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, I mean it's just that. It's just I just don't really want to watch what Crime Boss is as a video game. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a bunch of famous people, you know, taped together and put into a cassette tape. And it's just like, I don't know about that. I don't know how I like who like I'm not sure. Did you get a chance to read this article in particular?
I just checked who's on the movie. I quickly skimmed through it.
Do you know who's
Why?
playing who at all?
Oh yeah. I know Kevin Hart is playing the dude that should have been played by freaking The Rock or something similar.
Roland?
All right. I
Kevin
don't know.
Hart
He should
is
have been played by someone
Roland.
big.
Roland is
Yeah.
is like the bigger black guy that
Yeah.
died in 2.
Yeah. Spoilers for anyone that
Oh,
hasn't.
come on, man. Borderlands 2 has been out since the 360. Come on, you
Hey
guys.
man.
but I'm just saying.
I saw a guy that beat Contra yesterday.
That's fine. Sure.
I'm just saying.
But
just 'cause
anyways,
the game's old,
and who's
doesn't
Lilith?
matter.
Is that Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yes, Jamie Lee Curtis.
And
Bro,
who's Jack
come
Black
on.
supposed to be? Who's Jack Black supposed to be?
Claptrap. That's fine. It's just a voice.
Okay, yeah, so he's just a voice. That I think
That's fine.
might work. That might work.
My
Jack Black always seems to have the roles that he somehow makes
No, no,
himself make
sorry.
sense in these situations.
Yeah, Bowser as well. Sorry. Jamie Lee Curtis plays Tannis, and then Kate Blanchett plays
Oh, okay.
Lilith. Both, regardless, Ham, both characters are in their mid-20s to late 30s in the game. Both actresses
Right.
are over 50. What are we doing?
That is
What
weird.
are we doing?
I think you can
It's
get
like
away
they
with
lost
Tannis.
courage.
Well, you
Ham.
see, so but are these? This isn't a cartoon movie, right? This is them, right?
This is live action, bro.
This is them being them.
That's why I'm saying this is gonna be a catastrophe.
This is so like I mean like I'm still having a hard time wrapping my head around Jamie Lee Curtis being Tannis, and the hardest
Someone
one I'm
watched
having
Halloween and was like,
the
"Ah,
one
this
I'm
would be
having
awesome."
the hardest, the most, the one I just feel terrible for Kevin Hart because I feel like this is I do because like somebody recommended that he should do this. And he was like, "How much?" Oh yeah, that's great. I wonder, like, I only wonder if he's played the game before. I just doubt it. He has, but if he has, I'm just like, how did you like? Or maybe I shouldn't ask him. Maybe I should ask the writer, like, just like how they
Yeah, the
are
guys
going to
that do the
give
casting,
him.
you
Because
sat
it's
there, you're like,
because
"Oh yeah, this makes
obviously
sense."
because Jamie Lee Curtis, Kevin Hart, all these people that were like, "Yo, why are you in this movie?" Yo, if they asked me to be Roland, I ain't gonna say no. You know
I'd
what
be
I'm
rolling.
saying?
Fuck.
You know what?
Well, you know what?
I mean,
We're
if they
both taller than Kevin Hart. I'm just saying, technically, we're closer to Roland than Kevin Hart. That's all I'm saying. Carry on.
Sure, but what I'm saying is like, as a person that's trying to make money, you're not going to turn down a great opportunity, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
so this goes beyond the actors. This goes to the writers. Like writers,
yeah.
like how did you make auditions and see Kevin Hart and say, "Man, you really encapsulate Roland."
I
See,
just had a realization.
I thought Jack Black before you told me he was before you told me he
Claptrap.
was going to be Claptrap, I thought he was going to be Marcus.
No, no.
Marcus, I want to know who's going to be Marcus cuz you got to be funny if you're going to be Marcus. You got to be a big funny dude.
I'm not sure they even casted Marcus.
Man, do you remember do you remember like one of the ways you meet
Yeah.
Marcus where the person's like, "Oh, I want to return my gun. This thing is broken." And Marcus grabs the gun, looks at it, points the gun at the guy and shoots him and says, "Seems to be working fine to me." And gives him the
Works
gun.
fine to me.
I was like, "Oh shit."
Welcome in, Jacob Novik. Welcome. Yeah, okay. Ham, you need to get your butt out of here. But last
Right.
point on this one, bro. Last one on this one. I think, and I just had this realization. This casting, it shows two things. First off, they look at the video games the way everyone else looked at video games, like in the 90s and maybe early noughties. They didn't take it seriously. It's just bubblegum material. The same way they took comic book movies at the beginning, and then Marvel took off, and then now everyone wants to get into the comic book movies. This just shows that they see this as like bubblegum content. Let's put in some old ass actors. We don't even care like the context of the characters that we're putting in the movie. We're just putting in the people that are going to sell the movie. This is what it shows. They're not even focused on Borderlands itself. They're just focused on the monetization of it. It's fine. Just like the comic book movies, you too shall learn, movie industry. You too shall learn. Lady Foxfire says the writers don't have a say on that. That's up to the director. BTW, the writers are underpaid. That's why they're on strike. You know what? Lady Foxfire, me and you need to have a chat on Friday about them writers from Hollywood.
I love the course correction right there by Lady Foxfire because I pull back one like layer and say, you know what? Because a lot of people are going like a lot of people go at it surface level. So they see the actors and they're like, this shit, you don't get mad. They get mad at the actors. And I'm like, and then I peel back that layer and say, well, let's ask the writers. And then Lady Foxfire pulls back that layer and says, yo, it's not them. Let's ask these motherfuckers over here. So it's just like, yo, that's how deep like entertainment is in general. It's just like the people that 90%, 99.9% of the people point at to yell at is the wrong people. You're on the wrong floor. They're up here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't blame the devs for Cyberpunk. Don't blame the devs. It was the execs. The devs would have released it on next-gen consoles in 2024 if they had their way. So, yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point. All right, last one.
There's levels to this. Gundam... Shout out Doc Dark.
Yep. Last one. Gundam Evolution will be shutting down its servers at the end of November. In somewhat sad news, Gundam Evolution will be shutting down its online servers at the end of this November. Considering the strong launch the game had with all the various gaming influencers seemingly loving the game, it appears that Gundam Evolution wasn't able to find its audience after all. Jokingly known as Gundam Overwatch, the game had a lot in common with Overwatch by transposing different mobile suits into various character types with differing abilities. It looked like that was the setup could work, but it didn't work. This is from Forbes.com. Ham Solo, were you even aware of Gundam Evolution?
Yeah. Vinny And a few other friends played that game, and I wasn't interested in it from the jump. And it's just to me like it has nothing to do with whether I was interested in it or not. It's just sad to see that
Mhm.
this is the time that we live in, where a game is coming out and being sunset not long after. And it's just like this will be more normal in the coming days to where we don't even think about it like, oh, that game's shutting down. Okay. It's gonna be like TV shows where you're like, man, that season was dope, and then the game's gone. And you're like, oh man, like in my opinion, I was like, man, Luke Cage was a dope show. And then what? It had like 2 seasons or something like that.
Man, that was a very good show. I enjoyed it. Luke
Yeah,
Cage
but
was a
but
very
but but you
nice
see
show.
what I'm saying? It's just like, well, just
Yeah.
it was great, but it just didn't hit, and so it's offline. But this is worse because at least you can still go back and watch Luke Cage.
Oh yeah, this is done, bro. If you put
This
money in
is
this,
it's gone. It's up in
tough,
smoke.
tough titties, tough. Sorry.
So so I'm wondering. I think this is going to become the new norm, but I wonder how long it's going to be. Like, is this going to be the new norm forever, or is there going to be at some point some like a catalyst to be like, we're done. Nobody's making these types of games that just come have an on and off switch. I wonder if there's going to be some
It's
sort of
not going to
strike
be.
or anything against that, but I doubt it. From the
No,
way it looks,
you
it's
know what's
just going
gonna
to be
happen?
forever.
No, it's not. The market course corrects by demand and supply, Ham Solo. There's a reason why when Players Unknown Battlegrounds came out and popped, 1,000 battle royales popped out, and then only Fortnite survived, and then even beat PUBG. With this game, what this game shows me at least is now the window is getting smaller, because if you paid attention, a lot of these free to play arena style battle royale games, they've always been coming out ever since PUBG, but they used to last like 5 years and then they'd kill the servers or kill the game. Now it's like 2 years. And then Gundam Evolution was literally 1 year. The cycle is getting shorter and shorter. Eventually, the publishers and the people that fund these games will just sit back and say, okay, this is not profitable. It's not, the lemon is not worth the squeeze anymore. And then they'll pivot to something else. Whether it's making little indie games, whether it's making full games, etc. The market will always dictate what happens, and these little cash grabs will always pop up, but they will always die. And the more short-lived they are, the less they will appear. And that's just my opinion. Specifically about Gundam Evolution, this thing was heartbreaking. I got it, downloaded it. Just like Jacob Novak, I quit after one match. The Gundam, I'm a Gundam fan. I'm not like Mr. Gundam. He really loves that stuff. But I like Gundam, and when you're playing the game, the guns feel the same. The movement is the same for all the mechs. There's no height or size differential. It's the same difference. We're not doing anything special here. So yeah, they learned the lesson. It's shut down. I hope they can just make another Gundam single player Gundam game and just keep it moving. But as it stands right now, I'm not worried about the industry. This thing had a shorter development cycle. The next cash grab will also last 12 months or less, which is fine. Let them keep coming out. Let them keep throwing money, good money after bad, and that's how they'll learn that, okay, this type of game, just leave it alone. It's Fortnite, Call of Duty, PUBG, and move on. That's all I have on this one. Hamathi,
I just
I'm lit.
I specifically think that it's gonna be something that they continue to work on because I don't see a company running away from the cash grab opportunity super fast. I personally think that they're kind of trying to hone in what they can kind of keep out there and what buzzes hard enough without overspending on the budget. So like so you said like the development cycle for this was faster than the last one, is that right?
No, not the development cycle. The the 5 stages of grieving were faster. They got to the
Oh,
stage of we need to shut
like they
things
failed
down.
faster. They failed
Yes.
faster.
No, no, no.
Okay.
They all fail pretty fast. They've all been failing pretty fast, but the investment has always lasted like 4 or 5 years, and then they kill the servers. Now it's like 2 years, 1 year, we're shutting it down. So that in is that in and of itself is communication from the people that fund this game and games like it, that okay, we're not really feeling this anymore in terms of investment. And that's what we should trust. We shouldn't trust what they tell us at the TED Talks, at the showcases or whatever. We should trust what they do with their money. When they don't put money in it, you know that they're pivoting. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I need to get
Okay,
moving. If I mean, obviously you can tell
yeah,
I'm already
yeah.
off camera. I'm like running
Yes,
around
yes.
my house getting stuff packed and
Thank
stuff like
you.
that.
Thank you to everyone that came through. We really appreciate you. The members that subscribe for the memberships, thank you so much. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. We are looking forward to, we're on our way to 800 subs. We hope that you can continue to come with us on this journey. Ham Solo, take us out.
Yep. Thanks everybody for coming through. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on your way out if you haven't already. Thanks to those of you in the chat. I appreciate all of you members, which I'm going to go on ahead and say everyone's name now because I want to get used to doing that more and more and more. And the membership just keep growing. We really appreciate those of you that are sticking with us. So Sir X-Man, Ray Chi, Jacob Novik, Silent Cypher, Matt Likes Games, Blind Giant, 808, Too Big, Brodacious, Boogeyman, Just Smell, Stanley Francois, Sour Blow, Senior Click, Lady Foxfire, Gogo Pole, Graphics God, Cozy Beluga, Mr. Joanna Dark, PlayStation Destruction, Dragonheart Yobi, Fark You, The Robot Wins, Tombo 901, Apex Predator, and I believe that is all of you guys. But we appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys so much for being part of the membership program. Oh yeah, and I did not say Void Lock. So Void Lock as well. Thank you so much. I don't think I said that name, so I wanted to make sure that I got that out there as well. But thanks everybody for coming through. As I said before, hit the like button if you haven't yet. And we'll see you on Thursday for an episode of Behind Them Sticks with Mr. PlayStation. Pio is going to be coming through.
Hey. I might just wake up at 3 in the morning to watch that.
He's a pretty dope dude, for real though. He's a pretty dope dude, but I'm pretty excited to hear how we got into content creating and gaming in general. Thanks everybody for showing up. This is your boy Ham Solo signing out from TSWS Gaming, telling you to keep it gaming or keep it moving. Peace out, y'all.